your hands in the sky. The brothers in the back shooting traps now. What's up? Committee pity the fool that act shitty in the midst of the calm, the witty. New Jerusalem, get the fuck up. Shaolin, get the fuck up. Long Isle, get the fuck up. Worldwide, get the fuck up.
Kind of like just talking, and all of a sudden we just started to geek out into a real serious geekgasm, you know, where... That's like the green from Great White North. Now, what I have to do is I have to apologize first, just by saying that this episode is going to be slightly off kilter. Not just because it's about superheroes and comic books and you know, wherever we swim to, but because the camera is slightly off kilter.
It's the villain's lair in Batman.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, like if you find us going like this or like that.
As a kid, it used to bug me. I never got the question answered. Did they have to nail everything down? Or why doesn't anyone fall over?
Yeah, so in homage to Adam West and the Back to the Batcave, this episode is crooked. Alright, so what we are going to
do is this government.
Anyway, so and basically I was saying to the guys, you know, like, you know, I'm really excited about the new blockbusters that are beginning very early. Superheroes. Now, what it is that because we always go back. Like the last couple episodes, we were back into the 80s, which for us was like the 70s and 90s and all that. You know, we talked about action and we talked about horror, which Murr said was a good episode.
It was a very good episode.
Yeah.
So I just thought, look, man, I remember I was in the train station. You know, I was going out to the Midlands, and for my train reading, I got the new Total Film Superhero Spectacular. Yes, I'm giving them a plug. And it had 127 comic book films, you know, previewed and stuff, which I left somewhere else. Either way is that I thought, look, man, we got to talk about it. We got to talk about it because Star Trek's coming, Superman, Man of Steel is coming, Wolverine's coming. So I decided that we should talk about the present day. Right, guys? So now, yeah. And, you know, Colin said, I will sit here and sleep while you guys talk. But I'm pretty sure Colin will be abreast of things.
I'll just be abreast.
No, I think the word you're looking for is tit.
That's it.
Thank you very much.
Anyway, so new movies. Let's just talk about in general how excited we are about 2013 and about, you know, these new movies that are like coming far in the field. So when we talk about that, we can actually talk about last year as well. Because Avengers Assemble, you know, we as a collective haven't really even talked about it. So how do we feel about the Marvel Phase 1?
Marvel Phase 1.
Moving into Phase 2.
It's, Marvel Phase 1 was a bit of a bumpy ride, to be honest. I mean, don't get me wrong, there was no single bad movie. I know some movies were better than others. I disagree with a lot of people who thought that, Iron Man 2 is the worst thing I've seen since
Iron Man 1.
An orphanage burning. You know, or some ridiculousness like that. But it's cool, but...
Iron Man 2 wasn't great.
It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad either, you know.
It had its elements, which was the Black Widow, Scarlett Johansson.
Mickey was having fun.
Always
good to see Mickey.
Whoa. You have not seen Iron Man 2?
I haven't seen Iron Man 1.
Ah.
Colin is here because he has a wealth of knowledge, but I am actually confused. How could you not have seen...
Because Michael Berryman wasn't in it.
Because Michael Berryman wasn't in it. Nice. Seriously, you have not seen... Seriously, though, you have not seen Iron Man.
I've not seen Iron Man. I've not seen Iron Man 2.
Why is that?
Have you seen... Have you seen The Incredible Hulk with Ed Norton?
No.
Have you seen Thor?
No.
Have you seen Captain America? No. Have you seen The Avengers?
I am really sorry. I didn't know that we were going to be dealing with
total
neophyte.
Well, we will sell it to you right now. We will sell these movies to you.
Yes. We will sell them as Phase 1.
Phase 1 of
Phase 1 of the Marvel...
This is going to be a long hour.
It won't. Phase 1 of the Marvel, you know, slew of films, because they'll lead you into what you do know. You know, the crappy stuff probably from the 70s and 80s. Phase 1. I mean, first of all, fantastic. You know, it began with, you know, Iron Man. You know, but a lot of people don't actually know that it began more with Blade. What you say?
Well, Yes,
You
you
say
know. Okay,
being out more with Blade.
The key
You know Blade.
difference.
Did you see that one? It was about vampires.
Was in the first one, is there a Blade 2?
Blade,
There's a
yeah,
Blade
there's a
2.
Blade 2 and
I haven't
3
seen that.
There's
with
a-
Ryan Reynolds.
You've not seen Blade 2? Oh, we'll get to that in a moment.
Are you
That's
serious?
a big question.
Have you seen it?
Oh.
I've seen Blade 1.
That's what we're talking
Yeah,
about. Blade
okay.
1.
You gotta bear this in mind as well, that up until Iron Man, Marvel didn't actually make the movies.
Right.
And the key difference being is that from Iron Man 1, okay, Marvel had made enough money from licensing out the characters,
Yes.
okay, and the amount of money
Marvel
that
was in bankruptcy.
deep doo-doo.
Deep doo-doo.
With financial doo-doo. But Spider-Man movies particularly made them so much money that they said, right, we're no longer going to start giving out these characters, we're going to keep them to ourselves and start making the movies, of which Iron Man was the first release from Marvel Studios. Okay?
Right.
And there's a purpose. They said, in that first movie, we're going to set up our own little mini universe. We have all these other movies interacting with it. But going further back, with the whole of this renaissance in comic book movies. Okay, it's French up. Is Blade definitely goes from Blade.
Guess what? Blade's black, brother.
He's a black brother.
Right on.
Blade's black, brother.
He's got a brother.
Anyway.
Yeah, early.
Blade Junior. Ernie Blade. Now there's a story I'd be interested in. Hi, I'm Ernie Blade. My brother's a superhero, and I'm well pissed off at him because he gets all the attention.
Now there's a script just crying out loud. You heard it here first.
I always cringe at the subtle racism of my brother in the
the
middle.
hero.
There is actually a movie called My Brother the Hero.
Is there? My brother the
My Brother the
superhero.
Hero.
Oh no, it's not My Brother the Devil.
My
You know
father,
that new
my
one.
brother the
That new
devil.
one. No, My Brother the
my
Devil.
father the hero, or
Oh no, you're thinking about
the French
the
movie.
one with that what's his name? The fat guy. Gerard Depardieu.
Depardieu.
Yes.
Gerard
Don't swim. So Blade.
Russia's finest.
Blade.
Blade.
Blade. Okay. Steve Martin's Blade.
It's the only movie we're going to talk about the next
Okay.
hour, which I
Steve
know.
Martin's Blade. Yeah. My only complaint about Blade, and it's a fine, enjoyable movie, is that the first 10 minutes are so good that it never really kind of builds up to that.
It builds up to that, the momentum, and then it kind of like drags and all of that other kind of stuff.
Drag, but it's just never as good as it is in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That first minute still to this day is stunning. And I know.
But it's also a movie. It also started the whole vampire franchise, if you ask me. You know, we wouldn't have like Twilight without Blade. You know, we wouldn't have all of these like vampire movies without Blade. You know, I would go on record saying
I'd say
that.
more. You have to
Blade
Twilight.
set the bar.
I think Harry Potter for the Twilight stuff.
Yeah, but no. Blade came before Harry Potter.
Yeah.
No. What I'm saying is that it's a whole different audience. It's a whole different audience.
Yeah, it's vampire audience. You know, Vampire Diaries, all these like Moonlight, all
Yeah,
these
but it's
vampire
still
shows. came from
without
Blade.
getting too Hollywood. It's still very much what demograph they're after, which is that teenage
Demographic.
kind of.
But the whole point
I
about it
haven't
is
seen Demograph either.
Yeah.
Blade 2 is not really worth talking about, which Colin saw, but Blade
No, I've seen
Trinity.
Blade 1. I haven't
I
seen
like Blade 2. I like Blade 2 because you
But I was going to go right to Blade Trinity so we move on because of the Night Stalkers.
Oh yeah.
Come on. Even though Blade 3 Trinity had the lovely Jessica Biel and the somewhat funny, not always Ryan Reynolds, you know, it was the Night Stalker series, the Night Stalker characters, which come from the Marvel Comics.
Yeah.
You know,
They
that
was talking
going
about
for
getting their own
significant
spin-off movie,
amount.
but
I
then
mentioned Night Stalker, I was thinking Culture.
Culture. Oh, indeed.
As you would. But I mean, it's just kind of like the whole thing about when we talk about Marvel faves, you know, one is kind of like, you know, the Night Stalker.
Did they actually call it Phase 1 while it was starting?
No. When they started
It's a
with
fan thing.
when they started with when they started with Iron Man.
When Iron Man was successful and
They said-
all the buku bucks, when he said, I am Iron Man, then they realized we are in phase 1.
Yeah.
And they got the green light to do Captain America, the green light to do Thor, and everything. So that way they said, look, this can work. People are buying it. And what we are going to do is we're going to make all these different origin films so that way we can actually make the big film, which will be Avengers. Now, what's funny about this is the fact that, like, this was like 6 years in the making, Avengers, wasn't it? You know, and it's kind of hard to actually think I'm going to be around 6 years from now. I mean, I'm hoping I'm going to actually see Avengers 2. But I mean, in that fashion, though, is that
I think they remake that after they did the John Steed one. I thought that was quite poor, really. Uma Thurman.
Well, actually, it's funny you say that because in the UK it went by a different title of Avengers Assemble, just to make the difference between that. But
That was stupid.
I'm sorry. Unless you're, you know, who under 40 had heard of John Steed and other people? You know?
It was stupid, but it's a marketing ploy. Now, my only complaint about the Avengers Assemble.
It shouldn't be.
My only complaint about
Was
the
it
Avengers.
easy to assemble?
It wasn't that easy to assemble. No assembly required. No, my only complaint about Avengers Assemble was they never actually said the word Avengers Assemble.
Oh, you're expecting Cap to hold up the shield?
I damn well did. If I paid all that money, I damn well did expect Cap to go Avengers Assemble. But what we got the whole circling up, the heroes circling up, and everything like that, you know. But we needed
camera angle round.
Yeah,
but that's
but
like
we
saying
needed Avengers Assemble.
But that's like saying, you know, disappointed because Superman didn't say, Christopher Reeve never said, up away! You know?
I think he did, you just didn't know.
Now, well, see, what people don't realize is that Superman had another tagline. All the way back, that goes all the way back to the 30s.
Which is...
Papa Spank! I swear to God, you check it out. Superman's tagline. Superman's tagline was Papa Spank.
Papa Spank.
Is that when he'd be slapping like the landlords and shit?
Yeah, okay.
This is why I don't watch superheroes.
No, okay.
No, this is why I'm just saying.
I have a huge problem with them. I just can't take them.
Okay, well, what is your huge problem? So that way we know what we're dealing with.
I like fantasy films.
Well, you can't say you like fantasy and then say you don't like superheroes.
Because I don't get it. I don't get the idea of. Again,
yeah, but are you talking about the science or something?
No. That's any film can have
the gathering. Well, you like the Warriors.
No, that's a different thing. It's
no,
men.
It's not that different.
It's men dressing up in outfits.
Warriors.
Okay. So essentially,
those
Indiana Jones can do what he does, but he doesn't. But you're happy because he doesn't wear a cape.
No, but the thing is that Indiana Jones could do what he does.
Could he?
Yeah, he's not going to just. He's got. Okay. He's
okay.
He's a professor in day. He can throw you in front of him. This is his thing. It's his pastime. It's his version of bus spotting. He goes and puts his Mac on and he goes and stands at the corner of London Road. That's his version. I just don't get the idea of these multi-millionaire guys going, I'm bored. I'm gonna put a uniform on and save the world.
But they're not bored. They're troubled.
They're troubled.
They're troubled. He got revenge for the killing of his mother and his father, but then he carried on. Then he thought, I'm going to have a suit now. That's just wrong.
So your Batman Begins is essentially this. It starts off, you have the sequence where, like, you know, the Waynes get murdered, and Bruce Wayne's like that, and then he goes to therapy, and it's all worked out, and hey.
No, that's not Stan Lee's philosophy.
He could have just gone on to the streets of Gotham like Charles Bronson, blew them away, the end.
Yes.
Michael Winner's Batman.
Michael,
that's that film, but that's not this film. So, nice.
I just don't get it. I don't get the...
He doesn't get it.
Which is not to say they aren't good, I just don't get the idea of it.
And you know, they make it...
But when I do get it,
the money.
I do get the idea that it's funny, so I enjoy the Adam West version, because it's
the comedy element you like.
It's a comedy comic book. I can't take it seriously, so when it's done as a comedy, that's fine with me.
Fine.
Yeah, can you give us an example of that? And please don't say Howard the Duck.
The original Batman series, the Adam West series, not the original Batman. The Adam West series, the Spider-Man series of the 70s, the Wonder Woman series, the
with Nicholas Hammond.
They weren't taken serious. They knew what they were doing. They were done.
Now, I was just telling them about the original Spider-Man series because I was looking at it on YouTube.
I like The Flash in the 90s. It was a great...
Well, yeah.
I'll give two things actually I like about the Flash show. I love the costume and I love the music.
Costume was amazing.
That's where me and the love of it ends.
Well, you know, I actually have the Flash series, and it is kind of hard to watch.
Same as every Danny.
It is kind of hard to watch the Flash series. I mean, like, you know, because Flash was one of my favorites, you know, because to be able to run really fast and everything like that. And then they decided, well, let's make him, like, you know, run out of gas. You know, that was like kind of like Mark Waid's, you know, Flash from the 80s, which was really more Kid Flash. But the whole thing about it is that, like, it was still done in very much comic book style. Danny, you just said, like, Danny Bilson. Danny
Bilson produced it.
Yeah. But, like, the whole thing...
Zone Troopers.
Great movie.
But the whole thing about it, the whole thing about the Flash was it still was a good series, TV series. I would love to see them make an actual film of the Flash.
They've been working on the Flash. David Goyer's been involved with Flash for a long time. But then
hopefully he'll get out of it.
You know, I don't want to talk too much about the future of DC because we'll get to that.
Yeah. So, and finishing off, like what we just called Marvel Phase 1 with the Avengers that made like billions of dollars and everything like that. We've now moved into Phase 2, which is finally starting to see fruition with the release of Iron Man 3 this weekend. And my big thing is what I'm looking forward to.
This weekend. That dates the show.
Yeah. All our side.
The release of Iron Man 3 soon.
Never date.
At some point in time.
Never date the show.
This is a timeless look, folks. These colours won't date us at all. Yeah.
Okay, so my whole thing about what I was saying about Marvel Phase 1 now coming to an end to Phase 2 is that with the release of the new movies that are coming out, such as Iron Man 3, Wolverine, and Thor: The Dark World.
Ooh.
So, Iron Man 3, Merv, what do you think about Iron Man 3?
What do I think about Iron Man 3? It's a distinct improvement.
Movie or
I like to think of it as War Machine 2, because, you know, that's how it works.
I do have a question about that.
I thought it had the Iron Patriot in it.
Yeah, it is, but it's essentially, you know, to me, you know, obviously Don Cheadle is the star of the movie, and the other guys just are there for the ride.
I don't know why you say that, because I don't think so, but why do you say that?
Why not?
I don't know, because, I know I haven't seen it, but I don't think so. I mean, it can never be. It's always going to be Robert Downey Jr.'s movie.
Yeah, no, but it's the same way.
Especially with Shane
I like to think of,
it's always going to be.
I like to think of things in terms of things like Tubbs and Crockett, not Crockett and Tubbs.
Is Shane Black on it?
Shane Black's all over this movie. You can spot Shane Black a mile away. The dialogue, the characters. He's very good at creating bad guys, and there's a great guy. He's very good at creating henchmen as well. Shane Black always does really big henchmen.
Did he develop the script?
He didn't write the original script, but his hand is clearly all over it.
But I read an article where it's like even with Iron Man 1 and 2, Shane Black
he was involved.
They called it the Blueberry.
Is that down to Downey Jr. being?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, what it was that, like, Downey Jr. has admitted this. I mean, there's been in articles where it's like, you know, they had the script, and what they would do is, like, at different points, they would give it to Shane Black to kind of, like, what do you think, you know, like, a little flourish, a little...
Shane Black is...
And Shane Black would just do it kind of like, as he said, for, like, blueberries. Give me some blueberries and salmon or something.
Shane Black is actually a better writer of dialogue than Tarantino.
Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah. Totally agree with that.
Totally whiz with dialogue.
So you say he's all over.
He's all over the script, and you'll know there's a couple of sequences. There's one sequence in particular with Happy Hogan that you will think, oh yeah, that's pure Shane Black.
Right.
There's for a British audience, there's a reference, one to a TV show. I don't want to give anything away. And also a place name is name checked, and it's so left field, and you think from a big Hollywood multi-million-dollar production, you think, huh? Where'd that come from?
Well, as we mentioned, you know, this is kind of like out of continuity in that aspect. Let me ask you a question, and all I want is just like a simple.
Once for yes, twice for no. There you go.
Will there be an appearance of Replicant?
My foot is killing me, man.
Shut up, man! Do it!
Go and see the movie. That's my answer.
Okay. Will there? All right. That's all my interest.
That's all. I'm only interested
in whether we're
off camera.
Okay.
Off camera.
All right. Will we see any Avengers?
Maybe. Maybe not. Who knows what happens in this crazy TikTok world we live in?
It's not like an
hey, when we talked about Django, didn't we kind of like release and he had to go like this?
I will say this. Yes. There is in the great tradition of the
see my galactic ears. My galactic ears. Okay, well.
I say in the great tradition of all the Marvel Studios movies, there is a post-credit or mid-credit, in this case a post-credit sequence that the fanboys and girls, and a lot of people have been complaining about it.
Yes.
A lot of people have been very disappointed.
Complaining about post-credit sequence.
It's like you sit there for 5 minutes while you're waiting for all
I hate that.
And you're like, oh, is that it?
hate
it. Well, for some, I was actually happy.
Is it two post-credit sequences? Because that's what they did with the Avengers. Remember, with the whole like shawarma sequence.
Well, the shawarma didn't have release over here. We didn't get the shawarma sequence.
Yeah, well. I guess on the Blu-ray you get it as a second post-credit sequence.
Yeah.
And everything, so that didn't happen over here. All right, but anyway,
there is a post-credit sequence in Iron Man 3 that some people are going to be happy with. It's that's nice, and some people were thinking, is that it? I'll say it again. Is that it?
Okay, fine. We already got Mer's Shameless. So moving on. So I saw the trailer for Wolverine.
I saw.
Now that took forever to come out because usually we see these things really fast and coming quickly, and we have to wait a year for
First
them.
25 minutes have been on the internet for a long time.
What?
First 25 minutes have been on the internet for a long time.
What does that mean?
Somebody's
first 25 minutes of Wolverine?
Yeah, it got leaked about 2 months ago.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
See, I'm one of those legal people who don't go, hey, first 25 minutes?
So if you want to see a movie that isn't finished and has
why would they do that?
CG?
Well, Mark Kermode said there was a big deal about mobile phones, and Mark Kermode on his blog came out really pissed off, saying that who made is it Marvel?
Marvel made it, but
no, Fox made this. This is not a Marvel movie.
Oh, really?
Wolverine isn't Marvel. Marvel do not own the rights to the mutant characters.
Oh, yeah, Fox, 20th Century Fox. Yeah.
20th Century Fox.
Yeah, okay, but it's a
So Fox have come out and blamed it on critics recording it on a mobile phone because they got a sneak press.
Right.
Mark Kermode has come out and said, no, the quality is too good
for a critic.
It's an inside job, in other words.
It's an inside job, and he's saying, and he went on the whole thing about piracy and stuff, saying the majority of pirates come from inside.
Of course they do.
No one's going to sit there with a HD camera going. They don't do it anymore. They did it in 1985. They don't do it now.
No.
Yeah, okay, alright.
It's an inside job, especially when it comes off in 20 minutes. This is for use only.
Alright, well, I haven't seen it, but like the whole point about it is,
that's amazing. You stream everything.
I know. I watch everything. I got no
outrageous
life. But like, so let's get back to the movie. So I just saw the trailer the other day. So I haven't even seen anything, but
did you spot
I'm excited. What?
Did you spot her?
Viper?
No.
Spot her?
Her?
Viper?
No.
Who are you talking about?
Madeline Monroe.
Wait. Are you trying to say in the trailer?
In the trailer. There's a
spoiler in the trailer.
There's a potential spoiler in the trailer.
Oh, hold up for a second. Let me think about this. Is it based upon the Japan series?
No.
So is the spoiler based upon
X-Men
Second Class?
It's a potential spoiler regarding the first 3 movies.
Jean Grey.
She's in the trailer.
Why do you say that?
Because she isn't it.
No, but
There you go.
What?
Yeah, but wait.
That's wrong.
Hold on for a second. Here's something interesting.
You shocked me there with your answer.
No. Wolverine. Not Wolverine X-Men Origins, but Wolverine is supposed to be based. It's supposed to take place after X-Men Last Stand.
That's right.
So if Jean Grey supposedly dies,
for all we know, it could be some dream sequence. It could be anything. But she's
in the trailer.
She's in the trailer.
Funky
Which indicates to
Jensen.
me, unless they cut that.
I'm going back to watch the trailer.
It could be a crazy editor going.
Yeah, it could be.
She is Silver Samurai. No, she's not. She's not.
Yeah. Well, no, reason why I say Kitty Pryde, do you know why I say Kitty Pryde? Because I was reading about X-Men Second Class, which is actually called X-Men, what is it? Not Days of Future Past. No, it's not called Days of Future Past. It's called somebody Tomorrow's Future Past, something like that. I don't know. It is Future Past,
yeah.
right? That's the new sequel to X-Men First Class.
It's like an Uber sequel.
Anyway,
it's like everything sequel, isn't it?
Yeah, but what it is that, because we know that there's going to be X-Men from different generations, that means from all the different movies. It would have been interesting. It would have been interesting to have somebody like Kitty Pryde or whatever in Wolverine. So maybe, in essence,
It's a question that's never been answered to me regarding the X-Men. As they are referred to as X-Men, does that mean they're all post-op transsexuals?
I would have
Essentially,
expected
they're
that one
X-Men.
from Colin, not from you.
No, I've often thought this.
Yeah.
I'll make up for it as we move
All right, I'm pretty sure you will.
So we got so the Wolverine. Apparently, well, hopefully lessons have been learned from the last Wolverine movie in terms of story quality. Because
James Mangold, I mean, you must know him, right? The director.
Yeah.
Who did, he did that movie with Sylvester Stallone where he was a fat cop.
Copland, which is
yeah.
a funny movie. I'm gonna sneeze.
But so what I'm trying to say is that what Marvel does and has done, which is really great, is that Marvel tends to get like real directors who work with
No.
What?
Oh.
They didn't get real. They got Brett Ratner.
Other than Brett Ratner.
Wait. Stop. Hold on. Stop. You just said that X-Men was a Fox property.
Yeah.
That means Fox got Brett Ratner, which destroyed X-Men, the original series. I just said Marvel.
But Marvel didn't.
Marvel didn't get Brett Ratner.
Marvel didn't get James Mangold either. Fox did.
Shut up, man! Why did people gotta like mess with my thing? What I'm trying to say about James Mangold, I'm trying to give him his props.
Yeah.
As a director, I was trying to equate James Mangold with Sony, who's probably did Spider-Man films, right?
Sadly, yes.
But they also hired Mark Webb, right?
Yes, they did. Yeah.
Who did 500 Days of Summer. So in essence,
Well, Webb should have done Spider-Man films.
he did.
He did
He did the Amazing
Webb
Spider-Man.
did Spider-Man? That's good.
He did.
So anyway, what I'm trying to say there is that Wolverine looks really good. I mean, I've seen the trailer.
Brett Ratner.
Mark Webb.
Why do you have
Spider
plastic?
Webb.
Why do you have to put plastic?
Because somebody gave it back to me, in a bag.
You can wipe it easily.
I know, exactly. You really enjoyed it that much. It's Gwen Stacy that.
I enjoyed it, but not as much as this.
What the hell is that? Oh God. How did this episode get ruined? I did, actually. Anyway, so what we were talking about.
I'll just read this as you can.
Yeah, go.
Yeah, why don't you? So what I was just trying to just say there about James Mangold and Wolverine is that Wolverine looks really amazing as far as you know.
Wrote a book for me.
back.
This is good stuff. Is Brett Ratner in this?
Sadly, yes.
Can we speak about Brett Ratner for a second?
Okay, guys.
Okay, go.
Shite.
Utter.
Thanks. Anyway, so as we were talking about, like directors and Wolverine, what I was trying to say is that this really looks good. It's based upon the whole Wolverine goes back to Japan scenario where he, learns about samurai. But what he does is that in this film, is that what I saw from the trailer, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, is that they talk about him
really
trying to find the secret of losing his immortality.
That's right.
Or reducing his healing factor to make him more humanized, because Wolverine is an indestructible killing machine.
Which was precisely what he fought against in X-Men First Class.
Yeah.
So that logically, unless that's explained somehow,
You mean
makes no sense.
X-Men Wolverine?
No, First Class. Sorry, The Last Stand of X-Men 3.
Yeah.
Okay, the whole point of that was the fact that they were battling against the idea of the cure.
Yeah.
And
but
here he
he's
is
not actually going for a cure. He's supposed to be going for a reduction of his immortality, isn't he? Because he's lived such a long life. So he's trying to bring it to an end. So in that fashion though, is that, are you potentially disappointed? This is a question that I have. Are you potentially disappointed that Wolverine has never put on the costume in all the films?
No.
This sounds good that he doesn't wear a costume.
No.
I might watch Wolverine.
No, he hasn't worn the costume. And he won't,
it does, because once again, going right back to
the costume with big rabbit ears. Yeah, yellow and black. So he's made a joke about it in the first X-Men movie. Like, what were you expecting? Yellow spandex. That's what Cyclops says to him.
That's good.
Right? Which was good. But then again, we've never actually seen him
But they have said
in the
Bryan
costume.
Singer in the prep for the first X-Men movie, they did some test shots of characters in costumes based directly on what was in the comic books, and they basically hit the notion that what works on the page. Once you see them in
doesn't translate on.
Essentially, you ended up people looking like Power Rangers. You ended up people like Power Rangers.
Yeah.
And
Well, yeah, but this is why you don't have it. But I mean, there is still the fact that there should be some element.
See, I don't mind that. the thing about the superhero.
You're kind of like thinking that the underwear outside the pants doesn't work.
No, I think it does.
Believe that.
I think it does, as long as you make fun of it. It's stupid, so make fun of it.
Yeah, but
I don't like you going, I'm a superhero, and people to go, oh my god, this is really dark and moody.
Yeah, but this actually leads to a point because, like, one, we have Superman, Man of Steel, where the filmmakers have decided to get rid of the red trunks.
Well, they haven't. They have.
Hold on for a second. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
From the pictures, they decided to get rid of the red trunks.
Okay. Which is in line with what's happened in the comics like over a year ago now.
Yeah. You're talking about 52. Yeah, the new 52. Yeah. But they've done it because of the movie, not because of the comics.
Okay.
No,
it still works though. It works. I'm happy with the.
In your opinion?
As long as I don't see it, as long as the man.
No, but it is right now. I mean, but it's the point that you're making about, like, you know, what is like ridiculous looking and what people want to see. I mean, we've read the comics for 60 years.
At the end of the day, if you come out of your house one night, you're going into town with the wife and whatever.
Yeah.
A guy runs down the road in a pile of rubber. You're not going to be scared.
I'll be thinking, which club is that?
Yeah, exactly. But people look, oh my god, it's Batman. It's a fucking Batman.
Yeah.
Come on.
Is he carrying the bomb though?
Now if he
Somebody should just get rid of a bomb.
But if he stopped in front of me and went, I am Batman, I'd go, you're cool. You are cool.
Hey,
and I'd laugh out.
Getting back to
yeah. Because we'll get to Kick-Ass too, and everything like that.
I like the way you said that.
Yeah, but we will get to it. But what I'm trying to make a point about the costume. So so we got Superman, Man of Steel, without the red trunks.
Which I like the look of, by the way, because I love the original Superman. I love Richard Donaldson.
Yeah. In fact, I'm glad we've actually somebody has mentioned that because all roads lead to Superman the movie, Richard Donaldson. It is still, you know, people harp on about like, the Dark Knight, whatever. No, Superman the movie is still, for me,
the quintessential superhero film.
See, that's what I like that because it didn't take itself too seriously. No. It was done for fun.
What I disagree with so many people. What I do have a problem with though is the way that people now lament that movie so much so that you can never do anything that's different from it. No.
But that's not true because what you have is you have the fact that when Bryan Singer made Superman Returns, where he felt was his great love and homage to Richard Donner's Superman, it actually destroyed the franchise for a bit. Because he actually was scheduled to make a sequel, and he'll say, didn't have time. Really, what it should be is you destroyed the freaking franchise with your crappy homage to Richard Donner's Superman. You should have left it alone.
I have seen that. Probably that hurt my ability to watch it.
Exactly. It was a terrible film.
Movie that makes like about $450 million worldwide. Is still perceived as a failure. This is the world we live in today, folks.
I don't care. Because as a fan, it
was actually a bloody good director.
Yeah, he's a bloody good director, but he was feeling pain. Bloody good director, but he was feeling the pain from being dropped from doing X-Men 3, and then he said, I don't need you guys.
He walked. He didn't drop. He walked.
Yeah,
he walked.
It's a matter of opinion.
He walked to do Superman.
Yeah, matter of opinion.
No, he did.
It is a matter of opinion because what he disagreed with the direction of the film, so he walked. But they wanted it one way, and he probably did.
He probably did, yeah. But if he knew he were getting Ratner, he would have walked back.
He would have walked back. Because he was friends with Brett Ratner, he thought that, I don't care, whatever, you go and do what you want to do, I'll go make Superman then. But like, the thing about it is he thought it was a power position, but then Ratner destroyed X-Men 3, and he was like, oh, Jesus Christ, how did that happen? You know what I mean? But back to what I was trying to say.
Ratner's destroyed.
What?
It's not the first film Ratner's destroyed.
No, he did a lot of Rush Hour films. My point was,
but the thing is, that's it. Sorry.
I just wanted to say my one point about that. Yeah, thank you. I was talking about Superman and the short.
Go on.
I just wanted to mention Thor, and then you can talk.
Hammer time.
Well, yeah, but I was trying to say about.
I've actually seen Thor.
Have you?
Is that the one with the guy with the big hammer?
Yes.
Or was that Home Improvements?
So anyway, right? So as I was mentioning about Thor, right? It's the fact that like he had the big cape and he flew. You know what I mean? And there was like, for me, fanboy excitement.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they kind of like stayed on.
I feel the excitement here.
I'm trying to.
All around me.
I'm trying to make you feel it. Yeah. But what I'm trying to say is that like you know, you gotta stick to.
Sorry.
You gotta stick to the storyline of what people came to see, and this is what I was trying to get back to before you guys keep swimming into different waters. It's
Why
about,
did Kenneth Branagh direct Thor?
He's a fanboy.
Okay.
He's absolute fanboy.
but he also is a great director.
No, he's a real-
He also did Henry VIII. He also felt
Fifth,
that look,
fifth.
whatever. He also felt like I ain't Henry the Fifth, whatever.
It's not the same, damn it.
MV.
Yeah.
He also felt
Brett Ratner directed the 8th.
the eighth that nobody saw. He also felt that like, you know, hey look, you know, they needed somebody who was used to Shakespearean subject matter, like it's much ado about nothing. And everything, which is why I'm excited about Back on Track, Thor: The Dark World.
Is he doing
Because
that?
no,
He's not
Kenneth
doing that.
Branagh's not doing it, but they actually went to Alan Taylor, who actually directs Game of Thrones.
But Brett,
So they
Kenneth
went-
Branagh only had to bow out because of scheduling. He wanted to do it, but he just
He wanted to
didn't.
do it, and it's one of those.
He may
happy
come back, he may
it's one of
come
those-
back.
Yeah, it's one of those happy. It's one of those happy accidents where it's like not meant to be because Game of Thrones is so popular. You know, I mean, even though I don't know, I'm not feeling the third season so far, but Game of Thrones was so popular in its first season that to get a director from that kind of iconic
It's a huge stepping stone. Yeah.
yeah, because now what people are saying is I actually want to see Asgard. I want to see the other 9 realms. And as opposed to taking us to some abandoned place in Mexico like they did in the first Thor.
Well, they've got us somewhere a little more closer to home for the second movie. The trailer
Wales.
came on. The trailer, well, not too far. They're in London. The trailer went online this. Well,
There's a trailer for
recently at the time of this
Yes,
filming.
trailer for Thor.
He got it. He didn't.
Thor. I didn't get it.
And yeah, the trailer.
good?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And for 2016,
Seriously,
Yeah,
this is
yeah,
good
seriously, and also from those who come from the northwest of England, you'd be pleased to know that there's a northern voice towards the end of it, a well-known popular actor from this country, better known to those
Sean
overseas.
Bean?
Doctor Who, Christopher Eccleston.
Yeah, because he's playing Malekith.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
That's right. But to hear his voice, we'll take over all
Proper voice.
Yeah, but who's playing Algrim the Curse? Who's playing that? Some other big actor is playing that. The other bad guy.
I know.
You don't know, seriously?
I really don't know.
I don't know.
Anyway, so I'm excited
He does
about
know, he's
Thor
a
because
liar.
I'm excited about Thor because like Tom Hiddleston, I just think is amazing. I couldn't believe actually when I was reading about this that Tom Hiddleston was actually up for Thor.
That's right. Yeah.
I can't even.
And so is Liam Hemsworth.
Tom
Well,
Hiddleston is the guy who plays Loki.
Who's the guy who plays Thor?
Chris
Oh,
Hemsworth.
Chris
Is he in
Hemsworth.
Cabin in the Woods?
Yes, he is.
He was the guy from Cabin in the
And
Woods.
the recent-
but remember though, Cabin in the Woods was made like about 3 or some odd years ago beforehand. So
Same
he
with
was
Red,
younger.
same with the Red Dawn remake.
Yeah, same with Red Dawn and all that. I mean,
Skid mark,
you know, like shame about it is Chris Hemsworth is one of those poster boy kind of guys who made a lot of bad movies.
Yeah.
Is he Australian?
Yes. Along
But
with
he
his brother's a fine actor as well, Liam Hemsworth, who's
Yeah.
also up for the part of Thor as well.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
His brother actually was up higher than he
Yeah.
was and everything, like, because it came down to like 4 people. But there's another brother as well.
Yeah.
There's a younger brother.
Tito.
No.
That's possibly the funniest joke of the day. Stunning.
Anyway, I don't know. His
But
name.
he thought this didn't go
joke
too
for
big. He thought this didn't go too
2018.
well. He had the hammer, but he felt the need to go. And he insisted that Thor's theme should be bong 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 bong.
No, the younger brother was in the Expendables too.
That's Liam. That is Liam. That's Liam
Who is he
Hemsworth.
playing Expendables?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So that's Liam.
That's Liam.
No, but that's right.
I don't know whether I don't know who the third brother
the
is.
young rookie in Expendables too.
Oh, is that him? Right.
That's a young guy.
Awful scene.
Who's
It
the
was a
most
terrible
expendable
scene.
character in the whole movie?
Shocking scene.
Pointless sequence
Yeah.
of him having a girlfriend and all that.
Yeah, awful.
Point that slide.
Awful.
But I couldn't imagine him as being like Thor either.
Hey,
Jean-Claude
hey,
Van Damme.
hey. Who knows in this crazy...
Yeah, but see, I mean, casting is a crazy operation, isn't it? I mean, like when you hear these stories, that nobody else really cares about. When you hear these stories about like who could have had that role before the person that you actually love in the role.
Here's a little related geekgasm for you, folks. Here's a question for you: which Dark Knight trilogy co-star was up for the role of Bruce Wayne and, in fact, filmed a screen test in the costume, but didn't get the role, but was offered another part?
James Vanderbeek?
No.
Batman is Burton's.
No, in Chris Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy.
Oh, Chris Nolan.
And he appears in all 3 movies.
Gary Oldman?
Gary Oldman's Batman, wow.
That would be great.
I know, right?
I would see that.
Who Batman you say?
I know
He appeared in all 3 movies.
He appeared in all 3 movies.
Lost me.
Cillian Murphy. Cillian Murphy himself was pretty close to being Bruce Wayne.
I couldn't see it.
So was Bill
For all those who don't remember, who don't know,
So was Bill Murray.
Scarecrow. Bill Murray. Bill Murray was he was one of the
Tim Burton's.
He was Tim Burton. So was Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah.
Pierce Brosnan. Pierce Brosnan. Mel Gibson.
Well, but to go back to Mel Gibson, Bill Murray was the first choice for Martin Riggs.
No.
That's right. Yeah, it was.
No.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
No, I can't. But see, that's the funny thing. I think is like I don't know. They probably did screen tests. What do you think?
I don't think Bill Murray.
I don't think.
No, but I mean, wouldn't that be funny if somebody released the screen test of like actors doing like a part?
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I mean, it's great to see. Most studios, you won't find them on DVDs, whereas they're really quite tight about that sort of thing. A couple of them have
I know
leaked
Richard
out.
Donner said he wanted Bill Murray. He thought but it was a totally different film. It was a comedy.
Yeah, but that's the same thing as Nicolas Cage's Superman.
That's just shocking.
Yeah, but that's the whole point. It was very close.
Or Mickey
Beverly Hills Cop.
Or Mickey Rourke's Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh God! And Eddie Murphy.
But the movie was when Slide was originally attached to it.
That was the first one. That was the first.
So it was originally being titled as
Slide.
Slide was originally the original Axel Foley, folks, but it was a straight action thriller.
It was a cop movie.
It was a cop straight action thriller about this.
Yeah, I think Cobra developed from it.
Yeah, and then Mickey Rourke was being courted to replace it. But when Eddie came,
it's tragic thinking about these like that.
But Richard Donner wanted Bill Murray for Lethal Weapon, and in the end, it was Bill Murray who said, "Listen, maybe this isn't a good idea." Richard Donner said, "But we really need to work together," and they did Screws together right after. So.
My favourite bit of casting ever has to be in 1968 when they were searching to replace Connery on a Majesty's Secret Service. One of the names that was tabled, he never shot anything because they figured maybe not, but they came close to offering the role of James Bond. You ready for this, folks? To Oliver Reed. That would have worked. The greatest thing ever. But they realised even then.
How are you gonna say that? He was always big though.
Too much.
No, he wasn't.
He wasn't that big.
Yeah, but at that time you're talking about, he did the Three Musketeers though.
Yeah, that's right.
Nip and tuck here and there, fine, but
nip and tuck is a little bit.
But even so, but it's one of those great things you say. I mean, when Bond is full of those, Brosnan was supposed to be James Bond in the 80s for crying out loud. He got the role. He got the role.
Yeah, but he was locked into Remington still.
Yeah, Julian McMahon was
Julian
McMahon came that close to doing Casino Royale. They said
that would have been good.
Had Daniel Craig had turned them down, he was their second choice.
He would have been good. Nip tuck, Julian
Henry
McMahon.
Cavill, Superman himself, he screen tested for James Bond.
Yeah. But he also screen tested for Superman Returns.
That's right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He would have been about 12 then, but there we go.
Am I wrong then?
He's only young. No, he did. He's far too young. He's too young for Bond as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was like what the problem was with him, wasn't it? That he was like he talked about, he was going out for a lot of different roles and stuff like that.
I think had he been Bond, had they chosen him for Casino Royale, they would have definitely have gone in a slightly different direction than say what. Because the whole thing with Daniel Craig is he's so unlike all the other actors who played the part. I think whereas Henry kind of fits the suit, the dark hair.
Yeah, what's amazing about that, it's one of those things where if a different actor played the part, it only just goes a far way of saying how an actor shapes a role. We can say that.
Yeah.
Because now if I'm working with Bill Murray as opposed to this guy, I'm going to go more for the comedy. I'm going to go more for,
I think Bill Murray becomes pretty serious actor over the years, but...
Well, yeah, but not to be, you know...
What did he done just before Lethal Weapon? Ghostbusters?
He went on a self-imposed exile after Ghostbusters.
It wouldn't have worked.
Because he only appeared in one. Well, I'm sure somebody will correct me, but he only appeared between '84 and '88. He only did his cameo in Little Shop of Horrors. Between '84 Ghostbusters.
No, but his turnaround was Wes Anderson.
Scrooge was the big.
Yeah, but his turnaround was Wes Anderson.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
You know, doing the Wes Anderson film, that was but that was.
But even so, you know, his comedy's always still to this day. It's still there, but he kind of slightly holds it back. And then
I was reading an article about Bill Murray, and I like how Bill Murray is just up for anything. You know, where it's like. He went into like some kids, high school party kind of thing like that, and telling jokes, Jamaican drinks, cleaning up all. It's just like the things that he just do just for a lark. You know what I mean? It was just kind of like
my favorite Bill Murray used to go up to. He was in a bar. And there was a group of girls, and two of the girls got off to the ladies' room, and they were eating a meal. And he walked over. He took one of the girls' French fries or chips, French fries. Ate it, looked at the girl, and went, "When they come back, they'll never believe you," and walked away.
It's just a class act.
That's just glorious. That is,
Yeah.
Or as I like to think of it, theft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A man has to be stopped.
Okay. No, that's not. All right, back to the heroes.
But
we were talking about we were talking about Phase 2, and when I had brought in back us on track onto the Thor: The Dark World, and looking forward to that. Because of the factor is that this is what's coming out this summer. Not this summer.
Of 2014. 2020, 2023, who knows?
20.
So anyway, right?
Summer. Ooh, it's warm.
back to the movies that are coming. So I am looking forward to that. So we already had mentioned X-Men Second Class, which is like the future past, whatever. I mean, what do you think about that? I mean, Merv, as a fan, what do you think about what's coming up? What do you think about what's coming up there, Merv? As a fan, because you're talking about bringing back all the older X-Men.
I just hope that it doesn't become too cluttered with trying to fill in as much continuity lines as possible.
Well, you know what I heard? Rumor was
go.
Bishop.
Well, Bishop, if they can get Bishop in there,
Bishop is in it.
Bishop is definitely in it,
Yeah.
and Cable is as well.
Well, I didn't hear about Cable, but I mean,
Bishop is like, to me, as long as they make mistakes before though. You can have all these cool characters in, and they can just do them a complete disservice.
Yeah.
Case in point, Gambit.
Well, no. Case in point is, will Bishop have Jerry curls?
If not, why not? Which begs the question.
It is supposed to be the 70s.
Why have they not screen tested at least two members of Full Force? Okay, Bishop. Okay. Because it does state in the script somewhere. I've seen it. It says.
Do you know who Full Force is?
No.
No, you gotta know those 80s Jericho Gap Band rapper dudes.
Well, they at one point Cable will say in the place to be.
Yeah. But, so anyway, right? So
I mean, like I said, as long as I don't care how it is, as long as the story is strong and solid, and it isn't just a case of a gallery of a who's who.
Yeah.
I don't want that. I don't want that at all. I just want a good solid story, not just like and then all of a sudden Cyclops is back for no apparent reason, but we're gonna have him in the movie. That kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about it is that there's two interesting elements here before we move on from it. One is if you remember Azrael.
Yeah.
So one is that because Azrael joined the X-Men at the end of First Class.
Yes.
And Azrael and Mystique is supposed to be the mother of Nightcrawler.
That's right.
And Azrael, in the comics, for any comic fans, was the daddy of Nightcrawler. So because Nightcrawler is the next two, it's interesting, that here's.
But they would have to recast unless Bryan Singer and Alan Cummings make up, because apparently they weren't two best.
No. I understand that, but I meant like just the simple fashion of having a baby Nightcrawler based around characters, because they, that was really interesting to me that they actually had that relationship from X-Men First Class. I mean, they didn't know each other, but we know in the comic fandom that they will actually.
My big complaint about Nightcrawler is that they never made any reference to the brimstone smell. Because there was a great opportunity for at least one character. One character to go, was that you?
yeah.
Colossus, jeez!
I think they didn't know.
Shit there.
I think they didn't know where that would go if they did that.
Money.
Exactly. I just think they did. Yeah, but that's what I mean. I don't think they would know where that would go. But like,
that's good.
But also too is that last thing on that is that X-Men First Class's biggest move was the fact that they made it a part of real history with the Cuban Missile Crisis and everything in the 60s. So the interesting thing would be is now that they're going to do this Days Future Past story, do you think they're going to tie it into something topical?
I really
like
don't
Guantanamo Bay or
I really don't know. What I will say is I wouldn't be surprised if there is a Star Trek influence in terms of how they can get away. Bear with me. How they can get away with adjusting changed timelines and still keep it within continuity.
Well, no. Totally, that's what they're going to do. I mean, like, hopefully, the rumor is that somehow they will tie the two different film series together to create a third potential film series that they can launch.
Which begs the question, and a lot of fans ask this.
Which two film series are this?
The X-Men First Class and the X-Men Brett Ratner Destruction. Right. So, like, the whole thing about it is Brett Ratner's X-Men X3 Last Stand, he kills off Jean Grey, he kills off Cyclops. He kills off a lot of characters that nobody wanted him to kill off. And X-Men First Class actually totally reinvented the genre.
His fault or the screenwriter's fault?
Oh,
it's his fault.
It's his, but he makes the decision, so yeah, it's his fault. He could have said
I blame Brett Ratner for the Boston bombing, so
Yeah, exactly. So like the whole thing about it is that like what they wanted to do with X-Men First Class is totally reinvent the series, but tie in the older, series
like they did with Star Trek, exactly. Like
which they did
one question though, so many people ask.
Are you excited about that? You're not even excited about Star Trek Picture to Darkness? Isn't it Pitch into Darkness?
No, it's Into Darkness.
Into
Darkness.
No pitch.
No pitch.
No pitch at all.
No pitch.
All right, fine. Into Darkness, you actually are not excited about that? I don't know what he's doing here, folks. Seriously. I mean, I can understand him not liking superheroes.
Animation.
Go ahead. What were you saying?
I was about to say, the one question I have about First Class has to be resolved. It is at the end of First Class. Spoiler alert. Is Professor X, Charles Chuck X, as
he loses his hair.
He uses the ability to walk. Yet it's already established in X-Men The Last Stand, X3 if you want to call it, is that at the beginning of that movie there's a shot of him visiting Jean Grey when she was a child, and he's walking. So what? In fact, they make a big shot of it, of him arriving in the car, the camera pans down to the car door, and then you see a pair of feet coming out, and the camera pans out, and there he is, Professor X, walking bold.
Well, see, actually, that's probably another Brett Ratner stupidity, because in the comic books, when he did visit Jean Grey, he was in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
The only person that he visited, that he was walking, was Storm. So when he actually recruited Storm when she was a child, which we might see actually because Halle Berry may be too expensive.
No, she's in the movie.
I heard, but I'm just saying.
But there's a deleted scene actually in X-Men Origins with Storm as a child.
Yeah.
So check out those deleted scenes.
I got the DVD. Is it on the DVD?
It's on the. Well, I don't know if it's on the DVD because I have the Blu-ray
figures. So anyway, so he visits her. But I mean, alright, so let's move on for college. Get damn buttered. But I was gonna say something else. But so Colin,
yes.
Superman, are you interested in that?
Yes.
Okay. So Colin is not a Marvel fan or Marvel film fan as we are, but then again, there is another great superhero film coming out this summer, which is Superman Man of Steel. And we were talking a little bit about it and Henry Cavill. I love Henry Cavill and the Immortals. Didn't really like him that much in Cold Light of Day. You know what I mean? But I mean, I watched Cold Light of Day just because I like
I've only seen him in The Tudors.
Yeah, not really.
Yeah,
so anyway,
Not really.
are you excited about that? I like the ad. Have you seen the trailer? I like the trailer where he's in the supposed interrogation scene and Lois Lane is asking him what the S is for, and he says it means hope, and she said, well, S means, even though they're trying to cut it off, like
Slush puppy.
no, but they do some kind of sound thing,
Shag.
right? Like, you know, like, so she doesn't say superhero, but I would say you could have said ass. But God, do you like it?
I like the look of it, yeah. I like the look of it. I think it's...
Do you think the look is due to Zack Snyder, or do you think it's due to Chris Nolan's producer?
That's Chris Nolan. It's Jack Snyder's another bag.
Go ahead, man. Talk, man, because we love to hear what
Jack
you got to
Snyder's
say.
another Michael Bay. He's dictated to by...
Zack Snyder is a commercial director, as he is about Big Bang and everything like that, but I wouldn't call him another Michael Bay. I actually loved Watchmen. Did you watch Watchmen?
I did watch Watchmen.
Well, Watchmen is another superhero type of movie.
No.
It is.
I didn't like Watchmen.
You didn't like it, I take it.
No, and I try not to get kind of precious about Watchmen.
I'm very precious because I read the book.
I mean, I read the book back in the day, and I'm of that.
Did you read before Watchmen?
I refused to. I did not read before Watchmen.
You should have.
Why?
You should.
I'm with Alan
It's
on that
amazing.
one. Yeah.
No. Hold it. Stop. Click. Before Watchmen, it's freaking amazing.
Okay.
You know, and it's very true. It's very dearing and true to Alan Moore's version of the Watchmen. It literally goes back before Alan's version of the Watchmen. It doesn't try to change Alan's version. It doesn't create anything else other than what Alan alluded to, and everything. And it creates a fantastic. Because know who wrote it is what's his name? Derek. The guy who wrote New Frontier.
Grant Morrison.
It's
actually got a
Conway.
Darwin Cook.
Darwin Cook.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Darwin Cook is amazing.
Darwin Cook.
He's a writer, man.
He's a great writer. He's a great writer. New Frontier. If you don't read comic books, folks, I'm going to say this to Colin as well. Okay, if you don't read comic books,
it is a movie. They did a movie.
Watch or read or watch New Frontier, because it's a comic book or even the animated version is for those who don't read comics.
Exactly.
And it still has all the power and the love of the characters. It is absolutely fantastic. I'm not too happy that they
Superman.
But Superman itself, Superman, Man of Steel, yeah, I'm in fact it's top of my list of movies. Forget that it's a comic book movie, it's top of my list of must-see this year. I haven't liked anything Zack Snyder has made. At all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have?
No.
and I once again, I try to be
Dawn of the Dead wasn't that bad. Okay. Sorry.
Moving on swiftly, but don't be wrong. I know Dawn's got it. There's people who love it. But
you didn't like Dawn of the
I
Dead?
didn't like anything.
I thought you liked zombies.
No.
Okay.
If you're pissing on George, you're pissing on me.
Yeah. So my mum.
And Mervyn.
Okay. All right. Mervyn.
My dad in the room. What's going on?
Mervyn, he called me Mervyn.
They pissed on Dawn.
I always said this, folks. Okay, the only people in the world who ever call me Mervyn are people who don't know me, my mum, my dad, and judges.
All right. Anyway, so back to Man of Steel.
And Colin.
Back to Man of Steel. Looking forward to it.
I am looking forward to it. I don't do comic films, but I saw the trailer to that and I thought, that looks rather good. I did say that looks rather good.
Why? I mean, it dispels your whole angst about the whole reality.
I think after all the things, I do still think I have a little soft spot for Superman.
Right. Okay.
Out of all of them, I think again because he's not a guy who puts a suit on and blah blah blah. He is.
Well, he's the oldest. He's the oldest. Like he's the oldest. He's the oldest character. Isn't he?
Yeah, he's not. Spider. Oh, bit by spider.
Yeah.
That kind of. I hate that kind of. Anyone.
Exactly
I'm Bugman.
What I like is all the action sequences that they put in the trailer. Where you could tell that's a set piece.
It also looks quite epic.
That's exactly the word I was going to use. The Krypton sequences was the thing that truly sold me.
We didn't really see too many.
Oh, I saw enough.
Well, guess what? Like, I don't know, Colin knows this, right?
Probably
like,
not.
probably not. But like, what I'm really excited about is that it's not just about Zod that everybody remembers Terrence Stamp's Zod from Superman. It's not just about Zod. It's not about Colin Blue's Zod from Smallville.
Yeah.
It's about, you know, the Kandorians, right? Where you have Feyor, and you have the other girl. So you have female superhuman types. Let's just put it that way. So what's going to be amazing is it's not just going to be, you know, Terrence Stamp, some big guy go, oh.
I don't mind a big guy go, oh.
No, but you know, I'm talking about Superman from the 70s. I'm just saying is that it should be pretty epic, you know, as far as like Superman actually fighting and, you know, like having more than just break that, you know, Winston cigarette truck. You know what I mean? There should be, hopefully, a really epic, you know, climatic battle.
There's a Russell Crowe one.
Russell Crowe is his Jor-El,
his dad,
his father.
Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner.
Sorry, I can't say Kevin Costner.
His Earth dad.
It's Jonathan Kent.
Yes.
Diane Lane.
Who's playing, was anyone playing Lex Luthor?
Well, yes and no.
Well,
the official word is that Lex may appear in it, but he's not the central. The rumor is that it's actually a guy who's already played a version of Lex on Smallville. It's not. Although don't freak out, folks. It's not Michael Rosenbaum. No, it's an older actor. There was an episode in Smallville where Lex got cloned, and there's like several. And there was an older one who prematurely aged. And the rumor has been that
every Smallville, but
you don't remember that one? No, the kid one.
Yeah, I remember the kid.
But there's an older one as well.
All right.
And it's allegedly the same actor, but they're kind of keeping Lex on the back burner, kind of saving him in the same way that
I hope they keep him very much. I hope they keep him very much on the back burner because what I'm actually excited about, hopefully that is going to happen with this film is we're not going to really get Superman versus Lex. Because that dynamic has been played out 10 years in Smallville. It's been played out in all the different subsequent Superman series. And actually, if anybody, here's the Geektasm fact. Lex Luthor wasn't Superman's original antagonist.
No.
And everything like that. So who was Superman's original antagonist?
Vince Cable.
Nah, you wouldn't know. I'm asking.
Norati.
I'm asking Bird. Superman's original antagonist was the Ultra-Humanites.
Of course.
The Ultra.
Who actually became more of a Flash sort of villain. Yeah.
What do you mean by Flash sort of villain?
Well, they used him more. Eventually, you saw more of him in Flash comics than you.
Oh yeah. No, exactly. I mean, and the Ultra-Humanite went to basically the Ultra-Humanite was kind of like a Frankenstein type of character, where like it was about this guy. They moved his brain into different bodies. So at one point, his body was put into a white albino gorilla, so that way he had the strength to, you know, face off against Superman. For some reason, at that time, as you just said about people and their sense of reality, Superman always fought guys with guns. You know, they always racketeers or gangsters or not.
Didn't fight people who could push back, basically.
Yeah, so he could lift cars and jump over buildings. But so in those original series is that Superman had to fight somebody who was at least somewhat super strong. And so that's where they created the Ultra-Humanite.
One question about
Sorry.